Read the story. Chapter 5. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, St. John. And Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these days, in these laid a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting to for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool, and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. Verse 5. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? In other words, before Jesus was even born, this man was going down to this pool here. And even when Jesus was born, he met him there at the pool because he was 30 years. Jesus was slain at 33 years old. The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me in the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. In other words, as he be coming toward the pool to get into the pool, by his infirmity being so beholden on to him, somebody step in front of him and jump down in the pool. Not laughing at the poor man, but God, he get delivered before because he beat him to the pool. Jews didn't care nothing about that man's condition. They didn't care nothing about him. They thought about the rules and regulations, but didn't know that the man that was coming, even he was spoke of, he was greater than the rules and regulations and the law that was set before him, because he was the Son of the living God. Jesus said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately that man was made whole after 38 years, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said unto him that was cured, It is the Sabbath day. It is not lawful for thee to carry thy bed. He answered them, He that made me whole, the same said unto me, Take up thy bed and walk. Then asked they him, What man is that which said unto thee, Take up thy bed and walk? The Jews, Hebrew. And he said, What he and he that was healed wished not who it was. He didn't know who it was. For Jesus had conveyed himself away, a multitude being in that place. Afterward Jesus findeth him in the temple, and said unto him, Behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon thee unto thee. The man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus which had made him whole. He didn't know at the start of this play, Jesus and this man never knew each other because this man was born before Jesus was 38 years, and Jesus was not even born. So after he began to understand it was Jesus, he went back and told the Jews it was Jesus who did this. And therefore did the Jews persecute Jesus and sought to slay him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. But Jesus answered them, verse 17, my Father worketh hereto, and I work. Therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him, because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that God was his Father, making himself equal with God. You got to listen to these parts just too. Then answered Jesus and said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the Father do. For what thing soever he does, these also does the Son likewise. In other words, he was giving all powers to God. That there's nothing that he could do, neither me or any other prophet could do, without the will of God set forth before us and showing us things and allowing us to do these things. If we try to heal a man and he don't be healed, it's not the will of God that man be healed. If we try to deliver him from his burden, it's not God's will. But if God's will for us to heal that man, and through his faith and in his belief, and God tell us to heal that man, we can go and heal him. But for a man to look up in the air and pull something down with what he think he done with his own body through his will, it cannot be done. But if you do it, of a testimony to us, it's the will of God, and only through the will of God we can deliver a man from his infirmity. But if it's not, we cannot deliver that which God don't give to. All power to set up kingdoms and tear it down is the will of the Father, just like the living President Barack Obama to his presidency. It wasn't not the will of the gays, the straights, the integrity of the black, the white, but the will of God to set him up as being the president of the United States of America, the greatest democracy here on earth. Keep that in mind. Okay, now, what I'm gonna start at St. John chapter 5, verse 20 in a minute. I want to explain this here to you before we're going to get off into this part here of what Jesus was speaking concerning my call, by me being a greatest witness than John the Baptist, living by the Spirit of Moses, that I was going to testify of him. It's also written in St. John chapter 16, that I was going to glorify him. These things which he spoke of is going to concern me. This part lets you know that there is a God, and there is God's Son. So when man try to take away the integrity of God, try to steal here and there, steal there, place this here and place there, to cater for himself and not the will of God, it's going to blow up in his face. Why it's going to blow up in his face? Because God sent me as one of two prophets preparing the way for the return of Jesus Christ, using John the Baptist as the second one who would emerge at these appointed times in the return of Jesus Christ.